Hey YouTube, Brian LCS here. Thanks for stopping by the channel and this video, the Amazing Spider-Man number 87 review. So let's jump right into the story. This issue is written by Zeb Wells and art is by Carlos Gomez. This is an okay story. We basically... Spider-Man is feeling, Peter Parker Spider-Man is feeling better. He's still not 100%. And Black Cat teams up with Captain America to help him, take him through some paces in some training to basically get him back on his feet and 100% and able to get back into costume and out, protecting New York City. So a big chunk of the episode is spent, the issue is spent with Black Cat and Captain America working with Peter and basically taking him through a series of kind of training exercises through the city streets. They put him in some funny costumes. They actually won't give him his Spider-Man suit because they don't want him to feel like he's ready to go out, because he simply isn't. And then we have the secondary story kind of with Ben Reilly. He is in Beyond Corporation, and last issue they messed with his memory and actually caused him to lose some memories. They wanted to wipe part of his memories away of some of the recent issues and facts that he found out about Beyond Corporation, but they went a little bit too far and really kind of messed with his mind and his memories. So he's dealing with his psychiatrist and trying to work through the issues that he's had. And we kind of see here, like I said, Black Cat's kind of taking Peter through his paces, and they've got him in all kinds of, weird costumes so that he can, hide his identity. But I don't know, it seems a little goofy. We've seen some of these strange costumes. So, I mean, you see this throughout the issue where Peter is just not ready yet, right? He's been in a coma in the hospital for several weeks, and he just doesn't have the endurance, stamina to really stay up with Black Cat and some of the things that her and Captain America are kind of putting him through. And then we get a little break we get some conversation between Maxine Danger, the woman in charge at Beyond Corporation of Superhero Development, and she's speaking with Ben Reilly's psychiatrist and basically has her in lockdown. So it's really starting to reveal that, Beyond does not have anybody's best interest in mind except their own. So there's a conversation that, back and forth with them, and basically saying, look, the psychiatrist is not free to go. And she's basically, trapped. And so, like I said, we continue with Captain America and Black Cat, and they're working Peter through some different missions. And like I said, he keeps falling up short. And so, back to the Ben story, and they're just trying to see where his memories are. And they take him through a series of, photos of Spidey villains, and having him trying to remember. And we can kind of see there where there's this kind of, black hole in his memories. So not a good thing. They've really kind of messed with his mind. And so, like I said, we kind of take, Peter keeps getting taken through different scenarios and tasks, and he just keeps coming up short. And now Ben realizes, that, something's not right, with him and with his memories and his mind. And he just recently battled Doc Ock, Dr. Octavius, and he can't remember, who he is. And so again, we're back to, Peter running through these exercises and just not faring well. And really you can see that he's not ready. And then the final kind of scene of the story is Mary Jane is just kind of back to her apartment, And there is a separate issue of Mary Jane and the Black Cat that kind of has a side story that ties into this. But Mary Jane walks back into her apartment after that little side mission with Black Cat, and Janine, Ben Reilly's girlfriend's there, and she's holding the kind of a flash drive with all of the information that Doc Ock had stole from Beyond and gave to Ben to finally make him realize that Beyond is up to no good. And then that's where kind of where we end, and they're previewing next issue, issue 88, with oh, I forget the character's name. This is She or Red Goblin, I believe. I could be completely wrong on that. So that's it. That's the kind of recap of the Amazing Spider-Man number 88. Overall, it was an okay story. You know, obviously it felt like a filler issue because it really didn't move the story too far along. You know, Peter is actually, you know, he's on the mend, and obviously we can tell he's not ready yet. And then now we've got this new development with Ben and his memories and a little bit more, you know, information on Beyond, that they obviously don't have people's intentions. You know, Ben's well-being is not really their intention. You know, they're up to something bigger and more evil. So overall, as my new spider web rating system, so we're a total of 5 for outstanding and 1 for not so good or kind of crappy. We're going to give this one 2.5 webs. It was okay, not a bad read. Art was good, story was pretty good, but like I said, it really just didn't move the story further for me enough. It was kind of more of a filler. You know, obviously, you know, if you've been in a coma and in the hospital for weeks, you're not going to be yourself, you know, overnight. So I get that. So I can see why they're taking Peter through his paces. It's obviously good that he has a friend like Black Cat and Captain America to be able to help him, you know, get better and hopefully get the Spider-Man suit on and back to swinging through the city. But obviously that's going to take some time. So good to have Peter more, you know, central in the story in the Amazing Spider-Man, and Ben, you know, kind of being the B story, the side story. So I'm hopeful that issue 88 will be more, you know, more moving, like I said, moving the story forward. I feel like this is more kind of filler. So, but that's it. That's my review of the Amazing Spider-Man number 87, 2.5 webs. So let me know what you think. Are you reading it? What do you think of the storyline? Hopefully, you know, this is going to wrap up soon. We know now in April that Amazing Spider-Man is being rebooted and that we'll have a new creative team. John Romita Jr. as the artist and Zeb Wells, who's been writing the last few issues, as the main storyteller. So I'm hopeful that things will continue on the uptrend for the Amazing Spider-Man. But thanks for checking out the review, and we will see you next issue.